So what could this mean for the interest rate sensitive sectors of the stock market? Bill Stone joins us, Chief Investment Officer at Avalon Advisors, to talk about this. And you point out that the sensitive sectors, utilities, real estate, and consumer staples, have all done pretty good during this period of time.
They've significantly outperformed. They've outperformed both the S&P 500 and also, even more the more cyclically exposed or economically exposed, and also tend to be the sectors with less dividends. So you have to be careful that it's in many cases the same kind of bet. If you're betting on bonds, you're betting on also these high dividend yielding stocks, and that's why people, at least at the moment, like them.
And that's my question, though, at the moment. A lot of our viewers are long-term investors. They're not short-term traders. They don't chase trends for the most part. How long do you think this trend now with yields moving lower will last?
Well, it's hard to say exactly, but I think you have to look at the relative outperformance of these high-yielding stocks and say it's worth starting to look at some of these other areas. And just, I would say you don't want to get rid of all of them because, we'd say the same thing. We like, in general, high-yielding stocks to hold for the long run. But in terms of relative attractiveness, it's time to look a little bit. And if you see a better outcome on the trade war, like we think in the end, you will see some significant underperformance of these sectors, I think. But
you make the point that you think, although we will get a deal, it's going to take a lot longer than some people think.
I do. I think it's pretty easy to see it's with all the rhetoric heating up. It's going to be hard to get to anything even before President Trump and Xi meet at the end of June. So that leaves you hanging out there until at least then, and there's no guarantees that we get a deal even then.
Mm-hmm. What about those sectors that are being left behind here, the previous leadership, the technology and others? Do you buy that dip or do you wait for them to come back at some point?
I think you start dipping in a little bit. We like industrials, consumer discretionary. They've both been hit very hard. I think technology is also another spot to certainly look because, again, it is right in the crosshairs of the trade war.
Right.
Bill, thanks so much. Bill Stone with Avalon Advisors.